Hello everybody and welcome back to Rise of Nations. I'm sorry that it's a bit different, but I was recording and my game straight up crashed, which was really annoying. And anyhow, what I did was I basically finished off the French army, explored a bit, destroyed some mercantile areas, and began for a big siege of Moulins. But I didn't notice that the French had actually established the city of Lille, which is actually going to be our next strategic target. So yeah, let's resume. And hopefully the recording won't die again. Oh, great. And of course, we found their main military zone though. Now, run away, please. Retreat. No, you, carabiner, sacrifice yourself. Get the cannons back. They do damage. He sacrificed himself to let the cannons get back, which hopefully will begin pummeling. Cannons. Pummel. It's your job. Gosh, this isn't working. So the French army, I thought I crushed it, but apparently it's back and better than ever. And they're about to kill our civilian corps, which is going to infuriate me on so many levels. No, they won't, because we have a huge amount of Highlanders here and here. We actually have a large enough army to probably take out Lille hidden here, but we got to keep it garrisoned just to be safe. Now they've got posts set up all along the area, so we're going to set. I was going to do this earlier, but we're going to set these two barracks in the front to infinitely create Highlanders, and these two in the back to infinitely create Fusiliers. It's going to destroy our economy, but it's worth it. This stable is infinitely going to create Carabiners. This one's infinitely going to create Cuirassiers. And this one's infinitely going to create cannons. I can see how this is going to destroy my economy already, but honestly, I don't care. Already, these Highlanders guarding this road have destroyed like a few caravans, which is very good. Do not let any enemy boats get through. Narbonne, they're going to attack. But Narbonne is garrisoned, I'm pretty sure. No? We better get Narbonne garrisoned. Let's get these few dudes to go to Narbonne and garrison it. Yeah, you can see already how big an army this is making. Now, Lorient. Alright, so what we are going to do is we're going to set up garrisons in the strategic locations. Basically means we're going to order troops. We're basically ordering as many troops as we can to go guard places. Now, I don't know why Narbonne garrisons just take it upon themselves to yeet themselves past Lille. And then this area, this huge army of Fusiliers is going to garrison the main fortress. And now we've got dudes that will defend the cities in the region at all costs and obliterate the besiegers. So yeah, now we've got dudes in Narbonne returning fire. Very good. Now, for this mega army here, its task is just going to be to take Lille, because then we'll have established like a much more defensible area. Lorient's under attack? I'm not too worried, because it defends itself now. It's got garrison. Now, today I'm going to actually go back and actually start building up my capital zone, because I haven't done that for ages. And I also don't have the ability to build. I don't have the ability to build new cities either. So we gotta take Lille at all costs. This is the one city that will unite our little defensive sweet lines, which is crucial for like for supply lines, basically. Having a united front would be amazingly important. Is amazingly important. Ah, no, just don't let him do that. Now we're just gonna get this dude to rout and destroy the building he was building. Now Lily has fallen, which is crucial. We just need to hold it now, and then we have taken over. We've united our supply lines basically, which is incredibly good. Now we're just destroying their last couple of defensive structures, and now we've got reunited supply lines. Pretty much, they really can't fight back anymore. Now it's time for the ultimate assault. This massive army, with the exception of the man of war, the exception of him, is first I'm going to just obliterate these Fusiliers. I think it's funny to just walk up. And then are going to go on a massive attack. These boys are going to spearhead it as well. They're going to be like the leaders of the assault. They're going to begin. This is the beginning of the end for France. Well, the naval landing succeeding and getting a fort up was the beginning of the end. But this is like the end of France. Their mill is gone. There we go. Just got to tear through the capital city bit by bit. We've got to tear it down as just hundreds of men spill into the city farmland. As huge amounts of land is just burned to the ground. As just the French army is just attempting to hold on, but it just can't. There's just too many dudes. It's just a slaughter. There's no escape. The Senate building is on fire at this point. The thing that designates Moulins as the capital of France is up in flames. The huge farmland, unmanned at this point, it's being burned down. This is the massive military complex of France, the heartland of France, some may say, and now it's just being burned to a crisp as their food production is turned into our food as we blaze their farmland. Their capital has been moved out of Moulins as the city just is burned. Cannons are firing. The city is burning to the ground. The French army is in tatters. The city of Moulins just took many cannon shots and will not survive many more volleys like that. It's just all over France, and the worst part is, we've got another army just like that going at them again to come in and do even more damage and cause even more destruction. The city of Moulins will not be a city by the end of this. It will be a burned down ruin because of the massive attack. It's captured. It's the city, the old capital, is annexed. And now it's just the destruction of the French military complex, and it's all over. The merchant shacks, obliterated. The small holdouts of France in this end of the continent are being crushed. France doesn't control the continent of France anymore. The cities of France are burning at this point. This is just a catastrophe. As the end times have come for France, it's all over. It's just ending. And you know what? I'm just going to let this do You know, on second thought, I'd prefer to commentate this because it's just epic. The cannons are just raining down. Moulins has fallen again as the last resisting French area on this. This is the last resisting French bastion on this end of the continent. It's all over for France. They've just like lost their entire thing. Paris is now the next in the line of destruction and anarchy that is being caused. It's next. It's going down. It's over. And I'm just going to cut the audio out just as my army moves. And we're back. We basically destroyed the last French bastion on this end of the continent, and it's all gone. Now, time to go in for the other end and finish the job. The French cavalry is bravely putting up a stand, attempting to destroy the infinite hordes of the British army, but they just can't. We get a foothold. If the Brits get a foothold, it's over for them. For the place being invaded. It's just a matter of time before the cities on the central east coast in the center get destroyed. It's just like a wave. It's like a tidal wave sweeping across the country of France. And it's over. They're just getting pummeled by shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. And they have no real military buildings on this area anymore. It's all over. It's just raining down upon them. It's just raining on them. It's over. As even more reinforcing hordes of death appear and sweep through the south of France now. There is no escape at this point. Small French bastions don't even exist anymore. France is being burned to the ground as just massive tidal waves of men just open fire on French zones, and this is happening to the German Empire next. This is just like gonna repeat itself on the German continent, and I know where the Germans are. I've known that since like the ancient era, so we're done. As the two massive death hordes unite and tear through French farmland, the main heart of their economy, it's just like they can't resist at Paris. There's no resistance at Paris anymore. They legit have no troops left to station at Paris to attempt to make a last stand. They aren't even making a last stand. It's just like random invading hordes everywhere. They've destroyed as much of the French farmland as they could just to gather a lot of extra food. Because that food, like every few bits of food is never like courteous here. And the city's captured. The French army has been defeated completely. And that's not even the end of it. They're sending a couple supply wagons through. They just got an entire tidal wave of men sent after them as cannons rain down on them, and they lose that again. Now they've somehow managed to rally a force from the east. A landing force? They have a colony, don't they, on the German continent, which is why they're landing troops on the end which is already subjugated. Now this army is riding off into the unknown eastern fronts of France, which do not actually seem colonized, which I think is basically saying France no longer holds any places on France. I think that's what's trying to be said here. The French do not own a single city on the continent they started on. They have lost everything on the continent of France. There is no city on France. They have a city in Germany, which is the last French city, the last French bastion in the entire world. And at this point, this is just amazing. It's incredible. It's amazing. It's incredible to me, and it's just gonna keep happening. Now, my good friends, it's time for the landing for the invasion of Germany. We've been at war with them for ages, and the French military base is going to be torn down, is going to be remaining, but its production is going to be slowed down. And now our main goal is to launch a naval invasion of Germany to secure a side of the planet as our own. This could just be a random island, but we're landing the entire British Army on it. So it better not be a random island. And they are just sending random reinforcement troops that just instantly get sunk now, which is pretty darn sad. And now German fishermen are just going to be sunk, as they cannot and will not escape. As the infinite swarm of British troops leaves the continent and just destroys any attempt by the French to retake it. And it was just a random island. But it's a random island from which the invasion of Germany will be based, as there's a second place just to the south of it. And we are rallying every single troop that ever was in France there. The French training base is now a massive, prestigious academy of sorts, where every man in the British Army is landed right now. Well, it's just like a mega D-Day. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna sail, and we're gonna have a Renaissance D-Day. A massive Renaissance D-Day. Let's do this. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. The naval invasion of the German continent is occurring. There's too many troops for it to move all in one. This peninsula is just overflowing with British troops. They cannot maneuver at this point. There's just too many British men landed, rallying, pushing southward, trying to find the first German city. The first contact with Germany has been made, and the infinite British horde begins its pillaging, invading, conquering invasion. There is really no resistance, as they have let the Brits get a foothold, and the German army, no matter how strong, has no real chance. Constance has been found, but the British army is just massively overwhelming the Germans in the entire zone as they push south in a massive invading horde. Now they've been pretty blunted by the Navy of Germany for the time being, as the British actually stopped production of a navy after the French Navy was slaughtered in the battles of Lorient and Narbonne. So they really just haven't had a navy since. They hadn't had to. But now, with the invasion of Germany, a navy actually serves some importance now, as the last resistance against Britain. Because, let's be honest, once Germany falls, Britain will control 3/4 of the world, and Spain won't be able to resist that, no matter how hard they try. So, they'll just get overwhelmed by a massive, infinite conquering horde. So, now a British Navy is brewing, and is sending in troops to just basically obliterate any German navy that still exists. It is basically just a push in to Germany. Constance is under attack. It is just being subjugated massively. And friends, just as soon as Constance falls, we will leave it here, as the invasion of Germany has begun. The invasion has begun, and this is where we will leave it for today. I hope you enjoyed this game. I seriously hope you enjoyed. I seriously hope you enjoyed this game, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!